What's going on, guys? We got a 10-game slate today. This is what we're going to do. Yesterday, it was rough. The slate was ugly. We had tacos sell. That's never a good day. Bridges sold. Burned my slip. My main slip went 3 of 5. It is what it is. We're bouncing back today. This is step one in the process, guys, right here. You look at the DraftKings Sportsbook, Pinnacle Sportsbook, whichever one you prefer, but this will give you all the lines. It'll give you the over-unders. You want to target close spreads. You want to target the high total over-unders, okay? So Knicks Heat, I know I'm going to target a player from there. Denver Nuggets, probably going to stay away. Low total, high spread. Warriors Mavs, look at that total. Pick them. That means Vegas doesn't know who's going to win. It's even money. So we're definitely targeting that game. We got a couple on here. The Hawks Timberwolves over 241. Woo! Juicy, boys. 241 points. That's fantasy gold. Hopefully they live up to that hype. That's a ton of points. That's 120 to 120.5. I mean, think about that for a second. And then lastly, we have the Lakers Suns over 229. Can't stand either of these teams as of late, but my favorite player is going to be playing on that team. Let's go over to PrizePicks and see what we got. All right. So we're going to go ahead and look at the board right here. We're under fantasy score. We got Joker. If you want to touch this game, which I'm not really going to touch, I would say take Nikolai Jokic, a.k.a. Joker, 52.5 fantasy score. For what he's capable of, it's just a little too low. I just don't like this game personally, so I'm going to stay away. My second favorite from that game would be Michael Porter Jr. at 26.5 fantasy score. Again, the spread is high. It could be a blowout, but Denver's been struggling as of late. So if you want to take those, I don't hate it. First up, Stephen Curry. I like to say Steve. I just call him Steph, whatever. It doesn't matter. Curry. He shoots threes. They need to win this game. It's versus Dallas. It's a pick 'em. 45.5. I really think that if the game stays competitive, they need to win. How are they going to win? Curry's going to be chucking threes. So if you want to take his points, rebounds, assists, or just points, assists, or points, rebounds, those are all in play too, or just his points. He's not a big point guard that turns the ball over too much, so I'm not too worried about it. But this is just a gut play. There's no real scientific research behind it other than the fact that I believe they need to win. So Curry, he's in a lot of my slips. Next, Fred VanVleet. I hate the spread. The only reason I'm taking Fred VanVleet, he's the only Raptor that's been getting it done for me consistently. I believe that they can blow out Indiana. Pacers are trash. I like Fred VanVleet first half fantasy. I feel like every time I don't take him, he hits. So I'm going to go ahead and put him in a few slips. But for this one, he's going to go in there. If you don't want to play him because of the spread, I don't blame you. That's buyer beware. Next, the Miami Heat New York Knicks game. Jimmy Buckets. Miami's abysmal at home for whatever reason. They are. However, this game's going to be competitive according to Vegas, 2-point spread. I really like Jimmy Butler. Take a look at his last 5. Not that this matters too much, but for those of you that like to look, he's the only Miami Heat player that's consistently been getting over 40 fantasy points. I would say Bam could be in play, but I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to stick with the high usage Jimmy Butler. If he stays interested, I see him getting 45 fantasy points. If you want to run back, Jalen Brunson's your guy. He's been chucking. He gets it all done. 36.5 is a little bit too low. If you want to add him to the slip, go ahead. Why not? All right, let's keep cruising. I'm going to try to avoid this Spurs game, but again, all these guys are in play. My favorite would be Brook Lopez. He's just on a tear with those blocks and steals lately, man. He's been getting 2 to 3 a game. That's 6 to 9 points every game, and he's got more. It's got push equity with 34. Take a look at his last 5. It's all green. You know that trap is in play, but I could see him getting 37 fantasy points here if he plays a full 30 minutes. They might just wipe the floor with these Spurs, though. So for now, I'm going to put him in the slip. But beware, he's Brook Lopez, guys. I mean, if he doesn't play 30 minutes, he's not getting that fantasy score. So buyer beware. Next, Joel Embiid, the man, the myth. He's chasing that illustrious MVP goal, 56.5 fantasy score. We just saw this matchup. It went to double OT. Voos burned me. All these guys are in play. Joel Embiid over. I'm taking him. Why? Because he's the MVP. You want to play DeRozan or Voos or Levine as a run back? I don't hate it. DeRozan would be my favorite. Next, we got this juicy game, Atlanta Hawks, Timberwolves. I'm going to go ahead with ugly Mike Conley. Look at this. Gross. 52 fantasy points last game. I mean, he's not going to be in my main slip, but I have to choose somebody from this game because the point total is so high. I believe Murray's still sitting, so you could take Trae Young. Collins is in play once they post him. Mike Conley and Trae Young are probably my 2 favorite there. And then lastly, we're going to go to also if Lauri Markkanen, well, there, I guess he's going to play. If he wasn't playing, this guy would be a lock, but he still is in play because Clarkson is out. Lastly, my favorite is this guy right here. He's the only Laker that's been playing with any heart, okay? Last game, he crushed. The game before that, he crushed. The guy crushes. That's what he does. I like his points. I like his points, rebounds, assists. I just like this kid. He's not a high-paid athlete. He's got something to prove. Everybody's on his case. He's the odd man out on his team. And guess what? He's been getting it done. All right? So here we go. Curry, Van Vliet, Butler, Brook Lopez, Joel Embiid, Austin Reeves. That's for this slip. I take my favorites, mix and match. My favorite two is going to be Austin Reeves and probably Joel Embiid. Pay attention to the other stuff I said in the video, guys. It's very important that you choose what you like based on what I told you. That being said, good luck out there, guys. And as always, crush.